the fullest Reggie Martin style. EC to Macau, how you hold it down.
Once again, good morning, everybody. I am Mr. McCollum. I am the principal here at East Chicago Central High School. And this morning, we have some very good things for you. The Education and Empowerment Foundation for the Youth, as presented by our honored guest today, Mr. Reggie Martin. And before I get to today's or this morning's focus, I also want to recognize some esteemed guests that we have here in our presence this morning. First, I want to recognize the school board, the trustees of the school board of the city of East Chicago. We have over here, I see Mr. Fernando, our president, Mr. Mosley, Mrs. Elamine. I want to thank you for coming out this morning. Also, we have here our city government. We have the Common Council for the city of East Chicago. I believe we also have our mayor, Mr. Anthony Copeland. So definitely I want to thank you all for coming out this morning. And last but not least, other people I want to recognize are Mr. and Mrs. Reggie Martin. Reggie Martin's family, mother and father. Okay. Also, as you guys were sitting around and listening to some music, I want to also recognize the DJ Ski. All right. All right, most importantly, the reason why the 455 of you Central students are in here this morning is because you've done what we've expected, what we've been talking about all year. Meeting our expectations in terms of your academics, attendance, and then also your attitude. You all in here for the first 9 weeks have demonstrated those characteristics or those expectations so well that we've brought you in this morning to experience this. And one of the things I want you to get out of this morning is that we talk a lot about global competition, the global job market. And there's no better testament to how important education is, especially education beyond high school, than Mr. Reggie Martin, who is working in a country right now where there are millions of students that you don't know about right now who've already gone home for the day that are competing for jobs 5, 10 years from now, or even places in college that you guys are trying to shoot for. So right now, you guys are on the right path. You need to keep that focus and keep it going because just like I said, he's in a country right now where there are millions, hundreds of millions of students right now who are looking to take the jobs that generally go to American students. So once you really sit back and think about that, I want you, when Mr. Martin comes out, really take hold to what he's saying this morning about the importance of education, not only here, but when you move on to college or whatever post-secondary institution you're going to be going to, okay? So with that being said, once again, students, congratulations for doing those 3 things that we expected you to do this first 9 weeks. And with that being said, I'm going to right now bring on stage a person that's very dear to Reggie Martin, and that's Mr. Kenny Monroe.
Good morning, everyone. How are we doing there? Good morning. What you have today is a young man that sat in the same seats that you all sat in, walked the same hallways that you walked in, and had an ambition and dream to do things. It's always great to dream, but it's only greater if you work toward your dream. And that is something that you all have to understand that he's going to talk about today. Today he's going to say words, but what you all need to take out of it is the message that he's giving you. So we all need to pay attention. But one thing about Reggie is always going to be Reggie. No matter on that basketball court, doing a job, or walking down the street, you're going to see that beautiful smile and that innocence of a man that is confident. He's here to share his confident abilities with you and to show you different things in different ways. So, with further ado, Reggie Martin.
There you go.
1 2 1 2.
We got you.
I'm here with the legendary DJ Ski. You ready?
We're ready.
What's up, Sue? It's Reggie Martin, calling you from the other side of the water, Macau, China. Sitting here listening to some of that road running bangers.
Live life to the fullest, Reggie Martin style. EC to Macau, how you hold it down.
I'm Reggie Martin. I work in the casinos, and I'm also the vice chair of the American Chambers of Commerce, and I'm in charge of non-gaming VIPs. I deal with very influential people. I've never given up my American passport, but I also feel like Macau, China is my home because I've been there for 10 years. The food is different, the smells, the language, the lifestyle. It's different. It's okay to dream. You dream, and then you go get it.
Listen, he with the politicians.
Dreams do come true if you go get it.
Mr. Ride, Mr. Bus. Don't be in the rush. You get there by not giving up. Go to school, go to work.
Coming from the streets of East Chicago, Indiana, man, was tough for me. So when I went over there in some of the third world countries or some of the more developed countries, it was very easy to adapt.
Google Reggie Martin.
But every country I've been to, you have your beautiful women.
Reggie Martin style. Reggie Martin style.
The best part of my job is I get to meet influential people. Celebrities, movie stars, sports players, politicians, Prince of Saudi Arabia, the Sheikh of Abu Dhabi, entertaining these people to make sure they have a good time.
Reggie Martin style. Reggie Martin style.
Everybody that you think is the best in music, the best in sports, the best in entertainment, they're usually the hardest working people. So hard work and success go hand in hand.
How to just be a good person, how to have a healthy relationship. So as much as I can, put that back into the system, put that back into our youth, and teach them how to give.
From Beyonce to Chris B to LeBron,
Well, I always ask kids, do you want to be famous? Because you can be famous right now if you want just about anything. You want a career? Just like always, it takes a lot of practice. Be the first you and not the next somebody else.
Whatever it is that you want to do, go give it up. Don't hate, let a real hustler live it.
We got Mr. Reggie Martin in the building, Macau, China in the building. Shooting this reality show.
Reggie Martin style, Reggie Martin style, Reggie Martin style.
An African American so successful in China of all places, which is rightfully or wrongfully, it's not what I really expect. You really helped open my eyes to the whole international scene and seeing how big, like even Macau, like I didn't realize how much bigger it was than Vegas in terms of the dollars that they make, and just you opened my eyes, and just listening to you and hearing your stories and advice, like I look at you as a mentor for these things and opening those doors for me, man. So I appreciate that, dude.
You know what? I always say you got to take the good with the bad. I'm saying, oh Lord, what did I get myself into? Thinking out the box, I'm looking at all these other shows and reality shows. You know what? I'm a big dreamer. I just want to continue to brand myself and brand my name so I can give back to the inner city communities one day. Play hard, work hard, have fun. You network, you educate yourself, and treat people good, and good things will happen to you.
Apologize if I say anything I don't mean. Like, what's up with your best friend? We could all have some fun, you believe me. And what's up with these niggas? And why they gon' get our friends
so easy? Oh! Is my mic on? East Chicago, are you in the house?
I can't hear you. East Chicago, are you in the house? Okay, you know what? I graduated. I used to sit in these same seats as you used to sit in right now. One thing, I was a part of the E.C. Hooper Central team. Okay? And you know, the one thing that got me here is the one thing I had to do is listen. Okay? Listen is the number one, the key thing to success. Now, I'm going to sing a song right now that we used to do as the East Chicago Central Hooper. And all you need to do is just say, we here. So when I say, Central, can I hear y'all? You say, we here. Where y'all at? We here. Where y'all at? Central, I can't hear y'all. Central, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? All right, all right. Ski, give me some music. I need everybody to stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Put your hands up. Come on. Come on, everybody. Come on. Hey, hey, hey. Come, hey, come on. Let me see.
This one is for the boys with the boom.
Put your hands up.
Top town AC with the coolest system. When you come up in the club, he be blazing.
Okay, stop.
Stacks on deck like he's safe.
Hey, I hope you raise your hands in class the same way you just did that. That was a trick. You see how easy you raise your hand when somebody tell you to get up off a hip-hop song? When they ask you a geometry question, can you do the same thing? All right? You can sit down. Thank you. Give yourself a hand. Now listen here. Here we go. First of all, I'm Reggie Martin. I'm from East Chicago, Indiana. I graduated right here from East Chicago Central in 1990. Okay? And I'm very happy to say I'm from East Chicago, Indiana. All right? Now, I talked to your principal. It's at least 400 people, students here. 450 students here. So if you are in here right now, you're already on the road, one step on the road of success. Give yourself a hand. Now, I got to tell you, success is not easy. It's not going to be easy. You got to go through trials and tribulations like I got to go through trials and tribulations. Okay? But you got to go through it. There's no exception. And you're going to make it. All right? The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to acknowledge some people really quick because we on a quick time frame. Some of the people I need to introduce is, first of all, my mother and father. I never really told them how much I appreciate them, but I'm telling them I got a lot of butt whoopings when I was at home. And I was on punishment a lot. But I guess that worked because I'm here right now talking to you today. Some more people I got that played a part in my family. Terry Artis, John Artis, Randy Artis. Everybody played a part of me being here right here today. Also, when my family members wasn't around, I had a lot of close friends that kept me in line because your parents can't be there all the time. So I had to surround myself with the right group of people. Freddie O, Ron Rice, Sean Miller, Milton Reed, can you please stand up? Dame Askew, stand up. These are the people that helped me get to this stage that I'm sitting at right now. Clifton Rhodes, he's out there working right now. But all these people right here helped me get to where I'm at right now. All right? Thank you guys for that too. All right? To the city of East Chicago, Indiana, to EC Central, to all the politicians and everybody, thank you for giving me a great environment to grow up in and get to where I'm at right now. Without you guys, it would not be Reggie Martin here. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to give you some quick things before I introduce the world famous DJ Ski. All right. I'm going to give you 3 rules because your principal, hey, first of all, I got to can you come here for a sec? You know what? I gotta say thank you, and you guys should stand up and give him a hand, because he arranged this time for you here. And I know what he told you, what this is all about. This is not about partying and whatever. You got all the time in the world for that. But this is right now to focus on education. Okay? I'm going to give you 3 rules and tell me if I'm missing anything. 3 rules to the success that you need to get to success. Okay? The first thing is listening. Central, I can't hear y'all. Central, where y'all at? You listen. Okay? The second thing is what? You got to have a dream. Okay? Let me tell you, no dreams is a stupid dream. Every dream can come true. Right? Just like the video say, you must go get it. All right? With that dream, you have to have a plan. Am I right? With that plan, what do you do with the plan? You must execute. Okay? Once you execute that plan, you go get it. When you can go get it, then you can play Young Jeezy song, I Put It Down for My City. All right? Now in saying that, I'm going to tell you this. It's okay, and tell me if I'm wrong, to be scared of failure. It's okay. I'm scared of failure. But I'm here to tell you, you cannot, and I stress, failure is no option. Okay? It's okay to be scared of failure, but failure is not an option. Okay? You're going to have a lot of bad moments. I never say I have a bad day. I have bad moments of the day, because at the end of the day, I'm alive and I'm healthy, and the whole day is not bad for them. Just bad moments of the day. All right? So with them 3 things, there you go. You have it. Surround yourself with the right people. Okay? I didn't surround myself with the gangster disciples, or the vice lords, or the Latin kings, or the imperial gangsters. I surrounded myself with the E.C. Hoopers. All right? And it was positive. Everybody over there is very successful over there. And we're here today as a team. All right? And saying that, let me introduce my man DJ Ski. If you don't know DJ Ski put it down for a lot of people. Snoop Dogg, Akon, Soulja Boy, Ice Cube. All right? And he works for the #1 radio station in the United States. All right? It's DJ Ski, and it's somebody, he's a good friend, and I appreciate you coming out. He came out here just to give it back to y'all right now. A successful DJ. Thank you. Now I'm going to introduce a mentor of mine. Okay? He is someone that's in billions, not millions, but billions household every single day. Okay? And I was blessed. God has blessed me to be able to be very good friends and a student of this next guest I bring out. He's a very mentor, he's a great mentor of mine. I do stress. He's so busy. For him to just take this little time to come out of his schedule to come here just to get back to y'all, it's amazing. Please let me welcome and get to your feet, Mr. Wolf Blitzer from CNN. Come on. Hey. Sit down. We got a video of you first.
It's really great to be here. And let's give it up for Reggie, because he's the pride of East Chicago, Indiana. And I'm thrilled to be here with Reggie.
Thank you. Thank you, Will.
Reggie and I go way back. We've spent a lot of good quality time together over the years. We met originally at an NBA All-Star Weekend. Do you remember when that was, Reggie?
Yes.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, it was.
But we go every year to the NBA All-Star Weekend. We hang out. We party a little bit. We have some fun. But you know what's most important is we see it all in perspective. You don't get to go to NBA All-Star weekends and hang out with him or hang out with me or hang out with a lot of other really, really nice people if you don't work really hard. It doesn't come easy. You got to struggle. You got to make those breaks, and you got to work really diligently every day, and it starts right now where you are in school. You got to study, and you got to make sure you hang out, as Reggie says, with the right people and do the right thing. And then someday, you know what? You could be working in Macau, or you could be working on CNN. You could be having a lot of fun. You could be making some money. You could be enjoying life, and it'll be good. And all of you have that opportunity if you just take full advantage of that moment. You know, we all look for a lucky break. And all of us get lucky breaks once in a while. But it's not enough just to get a lucky break. When you get that lucky break, you got to take advantage of it. What is luck? Luck is you get a lucky break, but if you don't exploit it, if you don't take advantage of it, if you don't run with it and do the right thing, you might as well not get that lucky break. All of you right now have a lucky break. You're in school. That's a lucky break. But if you don't take advantage of it, if you don't study and work hard, play by the rules, hang out with the right people, you might as well just waste that lucky break because it's not going to do you any good. You want to have a successful, happy, terrific life. Take advantage of those breaks, and you got a break right now. Is that right, Reggie?
That's right. That's right, boy.
You had a lucky break?
I had a very lucky break.
You could have gone in a different direction.
Yes, I could have.
There were moments when you weren't sure what you were going to do.
That's right. And I had Coach Peterson, Coach Moreau, and people to steer me back in that right direction. So, yes.
You were blessed.
I was blessed.
All right. You know what? I want to introduce some other people. I want to have them come out here.
Okay.
And I want everyone in the audience to give them a really nice introduction. DJ, everybody. DJ Ski. Where's DJ Ski? Where is he? DJ Ski, come on out here. He's coming out here. Where is he? I don't know where he is. Here he is. DJ, come on out. Get up. Get up here. This is going to be like a TV show right now. We're all going to have a few laughs. Are you ready to speak to these kids? Of course, I'm always ready. Because you weren't always a world-famous DJ, were you? I wasn't. You were one sitting in that audience. You guys hear me out there? Talk. Mike.
You might have to speak into Wolf's mic.
Go ahead.
Actually, it's funny. I'll take this off so you can actually test. Oh, there we go. We have our own mic. Actually, it's funny. I actually started off in a high school like yours in the Midwest in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So it's a little colder. The one place that I think is colder than East Chicago. And I got my start before I was DJing, actually running sound systems at shows and assemblies just like this in a theater like that. And it's been kind of a crazy ride. From there, started DJing in my local school, passing out mixtapes, doing parties, all that fun stuff. Ended up on radio when I was real young and got the opportunity to move to Los Angeles, where I've been for the past 11 years. And in that time, I ran into this man, Reggie Martin, who's been very influential in my life, in that he's really helped show me the doors in the international market, especially Asia, which, you know, I've now learned is one of the most developing countries in the world in terms of where business is going, where people are going, and where I've wanted to focus a lot of my time and attention from a business perspective, running things like my Ski TV network, my DJ business, doing shows, just because the opportunities are so big. So Reggie's been key in really showcasing to me, you know, what is outside of here just in the States, and just what's outside of your city, what's outside of, you know, your realm. And when I first met Reggie, it was actually in Las Vegas, I think, at the opening of one of the biggest clubs in the world, at the Wynn Hotel, called Excess, which is, you know, a $100 million club. And every celebrity in the world was there, everybody else. And above all of them, we're both good friends with the owners. The owners are like, you have to meet this person. And I was like, all right, who is he? They're like, oh, he's from Macau. So then they introduced me to Reggie, and I was a little, you know, not going to lie, I was a little shocked inside to say, oh, this guy's from Macau, China? Like, really? And Reggie was all, you know, suited up and stuff. So out of all the celebrities, out of everybody else that was in the building that night, the owners of the club told me I needed to speak to this man right there. which is crazy. This is over like the Paris Hiltons and all them. No disrespect to any of those people, but there's just a lot more opportunity and a lot more that can be done from a business perspective. So I ended up staying. I usually take, I take the first flight back to LA in the morning after DJing in Vegas. I pushed my stuff back, sat down with Reggie, had breakfast, kicked it, and just built, just networked. Was a good dude. He's like, I'm going to bring you to China. And, especially in this business, in the entertainment business, there's a lot of people that talk a lot and that don't come through. So I was like, all right, cool. Still kind of skeptical, not to lie, but, we kicked it off. I was like, all right, whatever. And 3 weeks later, I was out in Macau DJing for the first time in Asia. And since then, we've been building a lot of opportunities, a lot of different things and expanding my brand, expanding our business. And now we're out here. So that's, of course, why when Reggie called, we had to come out and do it. And he's put together quite a cast of characters. It's going to be a great day. Let's make some noise one more time for Reggie Martin for bringing us all out here.
Thank you, brother.
I'm appreciative of you.
Reggie Martin, DJ Ski. We're only just beginning, guys. Sit down, because we got more activity going on. We have a video here for Carlos?
Yes.
We got a video for Carlos tonight?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look up at the screen. There's a video. I want you to watch it.
I'm going to turn this robot into a no-buy.
You're watching Super Ninjas. We'll be right back on Nick.
You don't want to be messing with the Super Ninjas.
Owen's kicking crime.
He's afraid of my ninja awesomeness.
Where the sun don't shine.
I totally did that.
Super Ninjas.
It's cold, and I can't feel my toes in these ninja booties.
Only on Nick.
Carlos Knight, the Super Ninja. Let's bring him out from Nickelodeon right now. Here he is. This guy's a tough guy.
Yes, I am.
You can do ninja. That's just on TV or movies, right?
I got real ninja skills.
You do? Let me see it. Let me see the little move.
I didn't mean right now.
No moves.
Yeah.
Can you kick that leg up there?
I can.
You really? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in South Carolina.
What city?
Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, South Carolina. Is that the capital of South Carolina?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Columbia, South Carolina, the pride and joy of Columbia, South Carolina. He's now here in East Chicago, Indiana. How does it feel to be here in East Chicago, Indiana?
It feels pretty good. I'm glad I get to come to a high school. I just graduated from high school, so I'm like,
Really?
school, come back and, thank you. Thank you very much.
This guy's got talent. You don't just go from high school into Nickelodeon unless you're talented. He's got talent.
Thank you. And a lot of people have that misconception that if you're an actor, you don't have to go to school. Unfortunately, you do. So, I went and I had straight A's for a couple of years.
Really?
And now I'm doing the whole Nickelodeon thing. So please watch the show. I don't know if you've seen it. It's kind of a kid's show, but
we like
please
those
watch
shows.
it. Yeah.
We're going to have some questions from the audience over here. You know
Okay.
Reggie Martin personally?
Not really. I just met him, and this is pretty cool. I know he does a lot of things in the business, and
He seems like a nice guy, doesn't he?
yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, good. Sit down.
All right,
Carlos Knight. Let's give it up for Carlos Knight.
Carlos, good job, man.
Not just men up here. We got some ladies coming up, too. Bridget Pettis, come on out here. Where's Bridget? She's been a professional basketball player in the WNBA, a coach in the WNBA. She's coaching the Phoenix Mercury right now. Is that right?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Feels good. It feels good.
It feels good to be a coach.
Feels real
What do
good.
you like better, being a basketball coach or being a basketball player?
When I was a player, I was a player. And when I'm a coach, I'm a coach.
You like them both?
Just whatever I was doing, that's what I was supposed to be doing.
People always ask me, and maybe you could agree, Bridget. People always ask me, well, Mr. Blitzer, how did you get to be such a world-famous journalist? And I said, I'll give you 3 words, and it'll help me, it'll help you. It doesn't make any difference what field you're in. 3 words: practice, practice, practice. You want to be a cellist? What do you got to do?
Practice.
Practice, practice.
And practice.
Right? You want to be a tennis player? What do you got to do? You want to be a basketball player? What do you got to do?
Practice.
You want to be a journalist? You can't just think about it. You got to work. You got to practice, practice, practice. You got to go out there, start reporting and writing, getting the news. slowly but surely, you develop a skill, you get better at it, no matter what field you want to go into. Some of you probably want to be doctors or lawyers or accountants or whatever. Practice, practice, practice. Did you practice, or were you just great from the beginning?
No, I practice a lot.
You practiced that jump shot?
Yeah, and dribbling a lot.
Dribbling.
And lifting weights with Mr. Peterson over there.
Yeah. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the projects. You guys know the projects over there. Yeah.
You know Reggie Martin personally?
Yeah, me and Reggie had some good times on the court. I gave him a couple of swollen ankles.
Hey, Reggie claims he played basketball here in East Chicago. Is that true?
He was a good player.
He did? He actually got off the bench?
He was a hard worker. One of the good things about sports, I think, that we all got from is that it helped us develop a work ethic. And for me, it really benefited my life. And I'm only really here for one reason, and I really like it when it's silent, because I know it's really, really important that everybody hear this message. There is not just 1, 2, or 3 great people in this world. It's everybody. Hold on. I really don't want you to clap, because then I'm going to think it's for me. So just listen, okay? You all, truly, we only got to do what it is that we love doing. Make the choices that you get to do the thing that you love doing. It's real simple. You're going to have choices in front of you every day. And it could be something little. It could be something as little as, am I going to talk about this person? Am I going to gossip about this person? Am I going to hate on this person? Or am I not going to hate on this person? And everything that you choose is going to lead you off into the direction you want to go. Whatever it is that you choose. If you fall, if you choose something that didn't serve you, be real quick to change it as fast as you can. Don't grow up being a hater. And I mean that, because if you choose to hate on somebody else, you're going to hate on your own dream, and you won't get to experience it. You're going to be one of the people that's watching, clapping, wishing, praying. This is your life. You're going to go home and sleep. It's going to be just you. Make sure you focus to do the things that will serve you to the best way possible. Everybody get to experience what I got to experience. Everybody get to experience what Reggie got to experience. Everybody get to do that, not just a few people. The haters should be 3. The winners should be 1,000. It's simple. You go back to school, don't pick up your book and read it because your mama wants you to. Read it because you want to. Just do the very best that you can do, and you're going to be successful. I got D's, I got C's. I wasn't this brilliant person. I just did the very best thing that I could do. And that's all that you need to do, and you're good. Everybody, stay focused. Stay focused. Be blessed. And thank you guys for having me.
Bridget Pettis. Bridget, thank you so much.
Good job, dude.
And remember, just like when you were a little baby, before you could crawl, you couldn't do anything. But then you started to crawl, and then at some point you started to walk, and at some point you started to run, and at some point you started to run really quickly. That's the way it is with life. It doesn't come easy. You got to work really hard every single day. And we've got somebody else who's worked really hard every single day to get to this point. Let's bring Richard Griffith out here right now. Richard, come on out here. Richard is a professional basketball player. Then again, you can probably tell. He's the man. He's played overseas many years. He's really made America proud, whether he's played in any of the major European capitals all over the world. He's from Chicago. He's living in Chicago right now. He's got a few words he wants to share with all of you. Right, Richard?
First of all, good morning. Well, it's been a long time. I've been knowing Reggie. I'm going on 19 years.
Yes.
And he's one of the guys talking about hard work. He used to push me, and you need that. He used to push me. I used to get up early in the morning, 6 in the morning. Believe it or not, I took ballet. Yeah, took ballet. I took ballet, it was more for the footwork and the flexibility. I can do a split, well, back then, not now. But it was discipline, and Wolf just pointed out hard work. Everybody sees the glitz and the glamour, the cars, the clothes, and everything. And as these people here, everyone that's here, that's on this stage, they can attest to the things that go on behind the scene are important. First and foremost, y'all need education. I'm getting ready to go back to school. I did 2 years at the University of Wisconsin. I got drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks in '95, so I have 2 years to finish. So while my time off right now, I'm going to finish school, and that's very important. And I would say listen to your teachers, because I was sitting out there, all of us, we're sitting out there where y'all sitting at and listening, and sometimes things went in one ear and out the other. And believe me when I tell you, when they tell you it's going to happen one way or another. And hard work is, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, do ballet, I do jiu-jitsu, I do kickboxing, and I'm 37 years old. So I do this in order to keep myself in shape and to play and be ready each and every night I do. I go out to play. And you're going to have people in your life that's going to try to drag you the wrong way. But like I said, listen to your parents, listen to your teachers, and get an education. Basketball, football, baseball, sports, find your niche in this world. Because each and every one of you have somewhere, and you're special in your own way. And you got to find your niche in this world. And then, and like I said, the main thing, listen, Miss Martin, that's my other mother. She always staying over there, sleeping on the couch, staying with Reggie. And I had a lot of influential people in my life, like Miss Martin and my mother and my father, that raised me, and I think they did a pretty good job. So I'll leave y'all by saying work hard and whatever you do, and go to school and get education. I can't stress that anymore. Let's get education.
Richard Griffith, thank you. Richard, sit down. You can sit wherever you want, because you're Richard. He can sit wherever he wants, right? We got another special guest just for you. He's come all the way from Europe. Brandon Brantley. He used to play in Europe, but come on out here, Brandon. I want you to tell our guests, these are our special guests, a few words. You played basketball. Hey, Brandon. You played basketball in Greece. Where else?
I did 3 years in Spain, 3 in Italy, 1 in France, half season in Greece, a year in the CBA. I'm really revealing my age.
And you're living in Indianapolis right now?
Yes, sir.
Indianapolis, that's in Indiana, in case you guys didn't know it. Indianapolis, you probably heard of that city someplace. So you lived in Greece, you lived in Italy, you lived in Spain. So can we just assume you speak Greek, you speak Italian, you speak Spanish, you speak all those, because you lived there, right? So you speak all those languages fluently, is that correct?
It was a total of about 10 countries, and I speak 5 words.
But he made us all proud, representing the United States of America, playing basketball in all those towns. He wants to say a few words, I think from the heart. Tell these kids what you have in mind.
First of all, I just want to say good morning. East Chicago is my home. I was born and raised here, but my parents sent me out to Andrean, so don't hold it against me. You know, yeah, coming back to Central was always special. You know, I was talking to Reggie about this the other night. They used to always kick our tails, and I never got a victory here. So I came in harboring some ill feelings this morning, but I set it aside for Reggie because it's his day. So, but I just want to say I'm very proud to be here, taking place at this special event. I myself work with children, so anything that involves encouragement, just staying positive, it's always good for the kids because there's a lot of negative things going on out here, and an event like this, man, it's just so special. So anytime you get a chance to be around somebody positive, a positive role model, your parents, a friend, a teacher, a coach, you know, please listen. It's so important. So valuable to your future. you know, my upbringing and being raised in East Chicago is what made me what I am today. You know, my parents, they're not here, but they instilled strong values in me. And back then, when you hear the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, I was in that village. So when I was at home, it was no games. You know, my parents, I knew what was expected, but Reggie and I are like brothers. So I go over to Reggie's house, and guess what? Same values, same rules, part of that village. And I got a few of my friends out in the audience, and I'm over their houses as well. Same thing, no let up. And it's the reason why all of us are successful today. So just want to say, please listen, do your best. And God told me a long time ago, he said, we hear the sky's the limit, but don't think the sky's the limit, because guess what? The footprints on the moon. So keep shooting for it.
Brandon, thank you. Brandon, sit down, please.
Yes, sir.
East Chicago, Indiana. Who knew you guys could produce superstars like this? There are superstars sitting here in the audience right now. You may not even know you're a superstar yet, but let me just tell you this. All of you have that potential of being a Reggie Martin or being like anyone else up here on the stage, because you're superstars. And I know there are two superstars. Reggie mentioned it before. I want to give a special shout out to, a special treatment, Reggie's parents who are here. We love them very much. Can we have them stand up and take a bow? Because look what they produced. A great young man like Reggie Martin. You know what we say, and I think Reggie will appreciate this. His parents will appreciate this. We always say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Amen.
Just think about it.
Amen.
All right, we got another superstar who's coming out to say a few words, special words to you. B.J. Armstrong, you all know him. He played for the Chicago Bulls for a long time. He's a superstar agent in Los Angeles right now. Let's give it up for B.J. Armstrong.
You okay, dude?
Hello. How's everyone doing this morning? Well, it's a pleasure to see everyone here, and it's great. I want to thank Reggie and Wolf for inviting me out. And it's one thing that whenever I come and speak with young people, and especially in a group setting like this, is I always get the same question. What is success? How do you get to success? How do you achieve success? And the one thing is, so many young people with fresh faces and ambitions and goals and things that you have that you want to achieve in your life, is success that comes from within. You have choices, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, but when you're down, if there's anything that I can encourage everyone here to do, is whenever you do fall down, that you make sure you get back up. And in life, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, but every time when I took the court as a basketball player, when I lost, it was always to get back up. Whenever I had problems or obstacles in my life, it was always to get back up. And with that, I found that success comes from within. Success comes from you going out and ultimately finding what success really is all about, is doing the very best that you can do. It's not my success. It's not the same as Wolf's success or Reggie's success or any of these people up here on stage. But success comes from you knowing that you did the very best you can do. And you doing the very best that you can do in school, you doing the very best you can do in your life, and ultimately you doing the very best and being the very best person that you can ultimately be. So with that, I want to say thank you again for allowing me to share my little life secrets that I have and that I still live by even today. And I wish all of you the very best and the very best success that you can have, and ultimately being the very best that you can possibly be. Thank you.
Thank you, B.J.
Thank you, B.
B.J. Armstrong, one of the great NBA All-Stars of all times. You should be really proud. He's here with us to celebrate Reggie and celebrating
BJ.
all of you on this day. B.J., thank you very much. We got another special guest, an actor, a comedian, a rapper, a screenwriter, a producer, a parodist, a dancer, and a musician. He's going to do all of that right now. Let's give it up for Kel Mitchell. He's coming out. Music. You got to dance. Kel, give it up for him.
What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? What's up?
I'm from right here. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. All right? Can y'all say something for me? I want y'all to say something for me. Kel loves orange soda. Look, check it out, y'all. I want y'all to say something for me. Say no fear.
No fear.
Say it one more time. No fear. No fear. See, I don't like fear because fear puts things in your heart that make you think you can't go after your dreams. It'll make you follow the wrong type of crowd. It'll make you not want to tell your friends that something they're doing is wrong because you think they won't hang out with you anymore. I want y'all to know, make sure to have no fear. All right? God doesn't give us the spirit of fear. We can do all things through Christ Jesus. All right? I'm going to tell y'all right now, I had people tell me that I wasn't going to amount to nothing. I got friends that followed the wrong type of crowd. They're in jail right now. I got friends that were shot, murdered. But I could tell y'all right now, don't look at your circumstances and the people around you. You can be just like me. I came from the city of Chicago. You can do what I'm doing. You got future lawyers here. We got future doctors here. Always follow your dreams. Go after what you believe in. I just want to come up here and say I love y'all. Make sure to follow your dreams. You can definitely do it. No fear. Yeah.
Kel Mitchell, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You know, he's a big superstar. He's going all the way to the top. He was here at East Chicago, Indiana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sit down.
Definitely.
Reggie, come over here. We're going to take some questions from the audience because this is really important.
Okay.
But this is what I want you to give us a thought right now, midway through this assembly. We call this an assembly. Midway through the assembly, what's going through your mind, Reggie, right now?
The future belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Like these young people.
Just like these young people right here.
They're working hard.
They work. You got to work hard and strive and plan and focus, and everything can come true.
And it will.
And it will. It will.
Did for you.
Thank you.
All
Please,
right,
one more time. Wolf, come on.
All right, we have some questions, right? Who's got the first question? Go ahead. Do we have some? We have a microphone for the people. Go ahead. They're going to come up here. Please give us your name and then ask the question.
Good morning. My name is Adriana Rivera. I'm a senior here at East Chicago Central. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Martin. Thank you, all of you guys, for your words and for your encouragement, because coming from EC, it's not always the easiest thing, but things like this make us feel important. Things like this push us. So thank you very much. And my question is, how did you know where you wanted to go in life? How did you know you wanted to be a basketball player? How did you know you wanted to be an actor when there's so many options, especially nowadays with all these new innovations? How do you choose between maybe having a dream of being a writer but also being very good at science and knowing you can make money as a doctor? How do you choose that path for your life, especially with everything influencing you, and who helps you do that?
Great question. Excellent question.
Kel. Bridget's basketball.
Hello. Yeah. Well, I think only you know that answer. Everybody in here have that answer inside of you. You have this desire to do something. So only you know that. Make sure when you're going out and living in the world and you're having fun with your friends and you're seeing things on TV and you're doing whatever you're doing, check yourself. See what it is that you're passionate about. See what it is that's drawing to you. You have the answer to your own dream, so live it.
That's a great answer.
Thank you. Oh, and as a spokesperson of my class, I have to ask Kel, please say the orange soda line. Everyone's asking for it.
I do. Ooh.
And you know, by the way, we're going to... By the way, we're going to take some more questions. Most of us did not know what we were going to wind up doing when we were your age. We had no clue. I had no clue. I grew up in the sun and fun capital of the United States, Buffalo, New York. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I graduated from high school, went to college. You know, I didn't know I was going to be. I didn't even know what journalism was. I didn't study journalism. I didn't work for the school newspaper. Didn't work for the school radio station. But after I finished graduate school, somebody said, "You want to be a foreign correspondent?" And I said, "That sounds pretty cool." I'll try that. And it worked out all these years later. But you know what? You don't have to know right now. You have to be curious, but the advice is good. Be passionate. Do something that you're really passionate, and you'll do it a lot better than if you just pick something random. Let's take another question. Go ahead. Who's next? Give us your name, your year, and hit us with the question.
Hello, my name is Liasia Carrington. I am also a senior at Central. And I would like to ask, it's a question for everybody. With every no that has come with your individual lives, what has been your motivation to say yes, that this is what I want to be, when you have received so many no's?
I'd say for me, it's just, I kind of came from, the Midwest, just like you guys, and went out to LA. I'd never been to the West Coast in my life when I first moved out there. And, being an 18-year-old in the middle of a big city and a big industry that everybody in the world is trying to get into and that's known as being very corrupt and different. And especially me starting off in the hip-hop side in an urban industry, that's what I got every day. But there was just a passion inside of me. It's just, I knew I wanted to be involved in music. I knew I wanted to DJ. And there were many times when you come close to quitting and you're like, why am I doing this? Or how do I keep it going? And it's just, you just got to push through those difficult times. And at the end of the day, it's those times that make you who you are. And that once you do make it, you'll look back and see why everything happened for a reason and take it as a learning experience. And you just got to, in this business and in this world in general, you just got to be a fighter, and you just have to come out, go for it, and make it happen. And don't let anybody stop you. Just follow your heart, follow your passions, which I extremely believe. Even go back to the other question, with passions and things, I never did anything specifically for money. It's always kind of just luckily come. When you find your passion and true calling, everything else goes from there. So just work hard, don't let anybody get in your way, and just go out and make it happen.
Thank you.
Good advice.
I have to say, for me, I grew up in a really small town, and I had to find something that was really good for me to do, because I was looking at people around me, and they were, going to jail and bringing guns to school and doing things like that. And I was like, that's not an option. One, my grandma would kill me if I did that. And two, I just didn't want to end up like that. And so I had to find something that I was good at. And, I was good at acting. And so I took it and I just kind of ran with it. And when I was in South Carolina, I didn't really know how to get into the acting business, because, they don't really have too much of that there in Columbia, South Carolina. But I had to find a way, and I moved out to LA, and that's how I kind of got started. But I had to tell myself yes to answer your question. A lot of people will tell you no, but it really just matters what you think. And if you say yes, you're going to do something, then you're going to do it. And you have to just take it like that.
Thank you.
Good advice. All right, let's take another question. Go ahead. Give us your name, your year.
Hello, how are you all doing today? I'm doing pretty good? All right, that's great. My name is Anastasia Davis, and I'm 17 years old, and I am representing class of 2012. Okay, so my first question is, I just wanted to first commend you all for even being here today, because coming from a school as such, East Chicago, usually it's a lot of negative vibes and a lot of negative aspects that is intertwined with the name of East Chicago Central High School. And you all, every single person here, especially the ones who graduated from this school and were from here, you all just give us a sense of pride and hope. And it's just so wonderful to know that there is an option for us and we can actually do something that is great. So my first question that I'm going to ask for you is, I'm going to actually give it to Mr. Kale. Can I call you Kale?
Okay, that'll work.
Because, I grew up with Keenan and Kale. I thought that was your name. Kale, there are a lot of actresses and singers in this young crowd right here, and I want, including myself, I might have to give you my number later on. We can talk. I just want to know that, there's so many different things that can derail you and, try to get your dream deferred. And I just actually want to know that how did you stay focused? Acting, it's a tricky business. Yeah. I've been on auditions and I know it's rejection all the time. So I just want to know that how did you push forward and continue?
mainly how I push forward is definitely, you know, I grew up in the church as well, and I always talk about, what I talk about is, you know, you got to have faith that you can definitely make it. You're going to have a lot of haters. Even growing up in the south side of Chicago, my mom put me into a community theater so I wouldn't hang around the wrong crowd, and it was something positive to do, and I fell in love with the art of acting. And then I had haters. Y'all know about haters, right? I had people, I told them, hey, come to the theater. This is something that we could do at the theater. There'd be something positive. And they even came to the theater and saw me. It was hating right there in the theater as I was acting. It was a dramatic play. They came with their legs up on the seat, talking about me. And I remember I was so upset. I went backstage and I said, I don't want to act anymore because my friends thought it was stupid. But you got to always understand that if you have a dream, don't let your friends derail you away from that. You got to continue on the path that you want to go on and have faith that you are going to make it. And that's what keep me positive through all of this. Like, you know, definitely in LA, I know Ski touched on that a lot, that there's a lot of ups and downs in this business. And if you don't have nowhere to turn, just know that God has the right plan for you, and always pray about it. And you can definitely make it. You definitely make it through.
Yeah. This is my last question, I promise. My last question is, how important is networking to you all? Because I see that you all have intermingled and been with Mr. Martin Reggie here, and I just wanted to know, as networking, how important is that, and how is that a factor on everything that you want to do in life?
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, for me, with networking, always have a positive attitude. You know, for the man out there, you know, be a gentleman. You know what I mean? Definitely be a gentleman. Talk to people, you know, carry yourself well, you know, dress nice, speak to people well, you know, always talk to people, market yourself. Even if you're an actor, there's so many outlets now with, you know, YouTube and things of that nature. Put your stuff out there so that way you can get noticed by people. You know, always find out new things. For me, I direct now. I'm a writer now. I went on tons of auditions and I said, you know what? I'm tired of doing that. I'm going to make my own movies that I can star in and the type of movies that I want to star in myself. So I have a film out right now that I actually wrote and set it to entertainer, directed it, but I wasn't even thinking about writing years ago. You can always, you know, go on different paths with your life and always just keep going, always market. You never know what somebody else knows. So never become a person that says, you know what, I don't have to learn anything else. I know it all. I learn from everybody. I can learn something from you guys today. Always be a sponge. Learn more and more all the time. Never give up.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Tavel Grant. I am a senior. My first question is for Mr. Wolf Blitzer. Given the bulk of your reporting is on political figures who are elected to office, in your opinion, who is the most influential individual in American politics who is not currently elected to office, and why?
Good question. Who's the most influential person who's not elected to office right now, and why? Could it be someone who was once elected to office but is not in office right now?
Yes.
Because the person that comes to mind is someone I interviewed the other day who's very influential, very popular, very intelligent, does enormously important work, is not in politics right now, whose name is Bill Clinton, the former president of the United States. His wife, as you know, Hillary Clinton, is the Secretary of State of the United States. He does a lot of enormously important work through his Clinton Global Initiative around the world, raising money to help struggling people all over, especially in Africa and Haiti and other places. And he's really doing important, good work, very influential. You know, the question I thought you were going to ask me was, what was the most important interview I ever did in my life? You wanted to ask me that question, right? I know you did, because I'm going to answer that question, because people ask me that question. Because I've interviewed all the presidents and all the kings and all the leaders, the prime ministers, all the Nobel Science winners and Peace Prize winners and all that. And I keep going back to one interview I did back in 1998. 1998, I interviewed the then president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, in Cape Town. And let me tell you, the day before he had taken us around the prison where he had spent 25 years as a prisoner during the apartheid regime in South Africa. 25 years, most of that time in solitary. He was a political figure. He emerged from that experience and led South Africa to end apartheid and became the first democratically elected president of South Africa. Now, as all of you know, the blacks were treated horribly for hundreds of years during apartheid. He was bitter. He had spent 25 years in prison. But you know what he said? And he said it to me in that interview on CNN. He said, "We don't have time to think about all that bitterness. We've got to work together to build a country. And it takes black people and white people and colored people and all the people to work together." And he said, no recriminations. There could have been a civil war. There could have been a bloodbath in South Africa. But he single-handedly avoided that because he said, we can't afford to waste one person. We have to work together, and we can't just dwell on the ugliness of the past. That was an interview that I'll never forget. It inspired me. I remember it to this day, and I'm happy you didn't ask me that question.
Well, my second and last question is for Mr. B.J. Armstrong. Since you have been a successful athlete, being on a team that won 3 NBA championships, what did you learn then that has made you a success now?
Well, I think the main thing, it was two things. You know, as you're going through life, you go through your ups and downs, you have your successes, you have your moments. But it's two things that I learned as I was playing professional sports. It's one, you identify what it is you're good at, and you identify your talent. And as a young man, I was able to identify that I had an opportunity to be a pretty good basketball player. So that was the first thing, is identifying, looking within what it is I was good at, what it is I had a skill to do, and begin to train myself to hone my skills. And the second thing was the most important thing, as I found out what I was good at, is that I had found out that whatever I do is going to take hard work. No matter whatever you do in life, whether you decide to become a doctor or a basketball player, lawyer, whatever it is you do, it's going to take hard work. And you begin to dedicate yourself to that work and to that profession, and you put everything into it. So the first thing is find out what it is you're good at. That's the talent. That's the skill set that you have. And then once you find that skill set, you hone that skill with hard work. And it takes a lot of effort to do it. And those two combinations is really a combination I found that never fails. You find it, then you work hard at it, and then you go for it. And so all those, whether I was playing, in school, I just worked hard. I always thrust myself, even today in my profession today, I thrust myself, I go for it, and I put all the effort and energy that I possibly can.
Thank you.
Good advice.
Good morning. My name is Samantha Lozano. I am a senior here at East Chicago Central, and I am representing the class of 2012. So first of all, I want to thank you all for being here, because not only did you guys motivate me and inspire me, you also gave me that self-determination to become the unthinkable, which I will be, and hopefully one day I'll be on CNN with Wolf Blitzer.
If you work hard and play by the rules, you will be. Let me know when you're a junior in college, you can intern at CNN.
Thank you. Wow. So my question is directed to you, Mr. Blitzer. With today's struggling economy and increase in unemployment, it is imperative that students not only receive a high school diploma, but also a college degree. However, many students are now, due to the current political climate, the passing of the DREAM Act has been polarized. So that, I want to ask you, what are your views on the DREAM Act, and what alterations must it go through in order to get the social approval needed to make it pass, not only through the Senate, but get it to the White House? And what can I do in my community to help those students that, because they don't have, a social security number, or because they are illegal, undocumented students, and want to continue their education but can't because of that?
Well, it's a great question, and it's an important issue, and it's one that a lot of people are struggling with right now. I don't think we can afford to waste anybody. I think everybody deserves to get a good education. Everybody deserves to have an opportunity to move up. The DREAM Act, in case you don't know what it is, it's, let's say, you know, your parents came here illegally to the United States, but you've been living here for years. You've grown up your entire life in the United States. You've gone to elementary school, junior high, high school in the United States, but your parents never became, quote, legal residents of the United States. But the DREAM Act would allow you, the child, to go ahead and have that opportunity to go to college, in-state tuition, get scholarships if you qualify, and move on and become a legal resident in the process. There's a tremendous amount of support for it. There are some people who disapprove of it. They don't like it because they think it's, quote, a magnet that encourages illegal immigrants to the United States, and they don't want to do that. And so there's a huge debate that's going on right now. Probably some of you political junkies, news junkies out there. We got a few political news junkies out there? Say yes, please. Yes. So you see, it's been a big debate in the Republican presidential debate. I moderated that Republican presidential debate a few weeks ago in Tampa, and it became a big issue when Rick Perry, the governor of Texas, thought that children who go through high school, go on to the University of Texas or other state schools, could qualify for in-state tuition. They don't have to pay the tuition that out-of-state residents would have to pay. He was hammered by some of those other Republican candidates. If you feel passionately about this issue, and I know you do, and probably a lot of the other students here feel passionately about it, you know what? This is America. You can't just be quiet. You can't just sit around and think about it. You can't just talk about it amongst yourselves. You could go out and demonstrate and generate some support for it, do some work for it, support politicians who are with you, get your message across, educate. That's what we do in this country on a whole host of issues, and that's what I would recommend you doing because you can make a difference if you just work hard. Reggie, you agree with me?
I agree. I agree with you.
You want to add anything?
But you said everything.
All right.
You know, and through education and all that, I mean, the main thing, you just have to listen. BJ, Kels, everyone said the same thing. If you listen and you listen to the right people, it makes your job easy.
And if you hang out with the right people, too. I mean, some people call it networking. That's a fancy word for just making sure you don't hang out with the wrong people who will influence you in the wrong direction. Make sure that your friends are good people, honest people, people that you want to be associated with, and you're not going to be influenced to do bad things. Right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jackie Fernandez, and I am a senior. My question is for each and every one of you guys. I know Mr. Reggie said that listening is a key factor, and Mr. Blitzer said that practice, practice, practice. But I want to hear one thing that each and every one of you guys felt helped you reach and accomplish and get to where you're at today.
Let's start at the back and then go around. One thing that each of you learned, each of you got, that really helped inspire you and got you where you are today.
Well, what inspired me was my parents. I watched my parents work hard when I was growing up, and I've told myself from an early age that I wanted to be successful in whatever I did. And from the time I was a sophomore in high school, I would say I knew I wanted to play basketball as a career. And I worked hard every day, and I seen, of course, BJ, the Chicago Bulls come from Chicago. I seen those guys, and I had the privilege of, when I was in 8th grade, playing with Terry Cummings and some other guys that was older than me, NBA All-Stars. And they showed me the way that hard work, dedication, going to church, and being blessed was the way. So that right there is what led me to, well, my career, 17 championships, and knowing all these people that's up here right now.
I think you have to surround yourself with people who are better than you at what they do. As a young boy growing up here, I was a big East Chicago, Washington fan. I loved the Senators. And I wanted to play on that team when I got to high school and wear that Letterman jacket, but unfortunately, my mother had other plans and Washington was torn down anyway. But I think maybe every step I took towards trying to reach my goal, I was always around people who pushed me and were better than me. My sophomore year when I played high school basketball, I had some seniors on that team that they stayed on me. They saw some potential in me and they wouldn't let me quit. And when those guys were gone, and had a guy like Reggie, even though he was playing here at East Chicago, he would follow me and he would get on me when he thought I could be better. And once I got to Purdue, he still followed me and we talked, and he would stay on me, and I was at school. I played under for a great coach, Coach Cady at Purdue. He was always on me. I played with the big dog, Glenn Robinson from Gary Roosevelt. He was so great, and I remember telling myself, if I could be just half as good as this guy, I'd be okay, because he was so good. Another great teammate, Conzo Martin, he's the men's head coach at the University of Tennessee. He stayed on me, kicked my butt in practice, and as far as academics, he stayed on me. Come on, Big B, you can do it. And once I got overseas and I started playing professional basketball, and those people weren't really around me every day to stay in my ear, but the foundation was already laid. Everything they told me over the years from my parents, friends like Reggie, my teammates at Purdue, it was in my head, and wouldn't let myself quit. So I think that's the most important thing is listening to people and surrounding yourself with people that are better so you can keep trying to get to where they are.
Good advice. BJ, is there, let's go. Something or someone that inspired you?
Well, it's been many things, but I think for me, it's simply the question that you asked. I was very curious as a young man, and that curiosity led me to persistence to always try to find an answer. So if there's one thing that inspired me and inspires me to today, is to be persistent. I mean, if you ask a question, it's easy to ask a question, but the most difficult part of it is going out there and actually finding the answers and not being afraid when the answer may come back, the one you may not have expected or anticipated. But being persistent and knowing that, this is something that I want to do. I'm going to find a way to do it. And more importantly, being able to, really fight through it and be persistent enough to continue to follow that goal, that dream that you may have.
Good answer. I would say take all negative comments out of your system. A lot of things that can set you back is talking bad about yourself, saying that you can't make it and saying negative things about yourself. Always say positive things about yourself. The power of the tongue. Words are very powerful. And I know that's something that kept me going. There's a lot of things that would happen in my life, and I have memories of things that didn't go well, and I would set myself back because, man, I didn't make it when I did that. Oh, man, I'm not going to make it if I try to do it again. But you got to always say positive things in your life. And remember the promise that you made to yourself and to God, and know that you can definitely make it. So always say positive things about yourself, and positivity will come to you. Yeah.
Well, one thing for me, for sure, was my mother, who's out there in the crowd. She was an inspiration to me. And the opposite, I grew up playing ball with boys. And those EC Hoopers over there, it wasn't easy always just constantly being around an environment that you weren't accepted in. So I would say, if anything, everybody stay real. Stay true to yourself. It's a lot of things that aren't so real, and the most important thing for me was to just stay grounded, stay focused on what it is that I like to do, and live out of my heart. I don't want to do anything for money. I don't want to do anything for anybody else. I just want to do the things that's going to make me happy. That's it.
Good advice.
For me, I kind of knew that in the situation that I was in, that it wasn't really, things weren't right, you know what I mean, in my situation. we weren't necessarily flat broke, but we were pretty close. We were always on the edge, you know what I mean? And I knew that that wasn't right, and I knew that that wasn't the way that I wanted to live. And I saw my mom have kids young. My grandma had kids young. My great-grandma had kids really young. They were all teenagers when they had kids. And I saw the situation and how it kind of affected us, and I was like, man, I got to do something. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I kept watching TV, and I was like, man, I want to do something like that. I want to be like Denzel Washington or be like Will Smith or something. And so I got into it, and I think the most important thing is when you trying to find what you want to do is to be nice to every single person that's around you, because you don't know who's sitting next to you. The person next to you could change your life completely. You know, people in this room could be the next movie producer, the next movie star, the next athlete, the next person to give you a shot. So that person that you know, thinking about putting down, or that person that you don't want to hang out with because they might not be cool with you right now, you know, they could change your life in the future. And, you know, kind of ignore the opinions that you get, because, you know, as I said, I just finished high school, and now I'm realizing that everybody's opinion that I cared about, I'm probably never going to see those people again, and their opinion doesn't really matter anymore, you know what I mean? So that was big for me, is just to get over that, because being on a Nickelodeon show and then going and hanging with your boys, it wasn't the same, you know what I mean? They all laughing and cracking jokes and whatnot, but really their opinion doesn't matter when I'm, you know, being successful. And so yeah, be nice to every person that you meet, find what you really like, and take your situation and turn it into something positive. Oh, here you go.
And adding one more thing to what you said specifically about treating everybody you meet as equals, I think that's one of the most key things to me getting to where I've gotten. And I know I've discussed this with you a lot, Reggie, over even in China a couple months ago. It's not only because it's the right thing to do, but because you never know, like you said, if you never know who's going to be sitting next to you, you never know who's going to be in the audience. And one great example that I saw that today was with Wolf, who Wolf probably has never heard one of my mixtapes, I don't think. Or I know you know how to do the Dougie, but I don't know if you've done the Jerk video. We did the You're a Jerk song, so I don't know if Wolf's ever done that dance.
I'm into all that music.
He was as nice to me and everybody else coming up to him backstage, and treated everybody with the same amount of respect as he did to, you know, interviewing some of the biggest people and most influential people of our generation, from Bill Clinton to moderating the debates to Nelson Mandela. So I think, you know, and one thing just for myself being, you know, interviewing everybody from, you know, Jennifer Lopez to Rihanna to Chris Brown to you name it, you've always, okay, you guys like Chris Brown apparently, right? Wow, okay. One thing I've noticed, it's funny, the people that are at the top of the top are always it's weird, you wouldn't expect it. A lot of the times the people at the top are some of the nicest ones out there, whereas, you know, they treat everybody around them with respect, and that's why they've gotten to these positions where some of the one-hit wonders, or the people that come and go, are the people that get these big egos, and then, you know, they're hit and miss. But you'll have longevity if you treat everybody the same on the way up, because then when you're because it doesn't last forever. Everybody up here, I think, has had their moments and come up and down, and it's the way you rebound when you're coming back down. If you treat everybody on the way up, they're going to remember that on the way down. So I'd say that's one.
Good advice.
That's probably the biggest key thing and piece of advice that I'd give.
Reggie.
Thank you, Will.
All right, what inspired you, or what motivated you? Give us one example.
I'm going to do two.
Give us two examples.
The first one, I must say, Wolf, is I would say haters. We talked about this. You can't live with them. You can't live without them, but you need them to motivate yourself. So I normally say you need the haters to succeed. So you need them people to keep pushing you. The only way to stop and shut up a hater is by what? Success. Being more successful. So I like to always say thank you to all my haters, and which is fans. Thank you for that. The second thing is I really hated my parents, my aunt Trinice, everybody. No, I'm not much of and Terry, no, I'm not much of I don't like talking a lot of smack. I like my poor Uncle Randy, he got a beating because I'm like, I don't want to hear talking, I like action. Okay? So I'm a person that like to show a lot of action. I like when someone tell me I cannot do it, and I like to do it, and I like to wink my eye at the person who told me that I couldn't do it before. because I done it. All right? So I do like to hear people tell me something I cannot do, but I do it and I make it happen. It makes me go even harder. So thank you, Wolf. Sorry. Thank you.
That's a good answer. Let me just also give you an answer from me. What inspired me, what motivated me, I always look back to growing up and my mom and dad. And they always gave me little pieces of advice. And at the time, I really didn't appreciate some of the things they were saying. But your parents probably giving you similar advice. For example, my dad always used to say to me, you don't ask, you don't get. Don't be afraid to ask. Can't hurt. Doesn't cost anything. You want something? Just ask. Sometimes I say to my producers, you know what? We should get the President of the United States, President Obama, in the Situation Room, my show. Let's invite him. Oh, he's not going to do it. You don't ask, you don't get. We asked. And a few weeks ago, I was in Iowa, interviewed President Obama. You get. So you keep on asking. Another thing that my mom and dad always said to me, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't promote yourself, nobody else will either.
That's right.
So you got to really have confidence in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. And if you do, others will as well. If you don't promote yourself, why should anybody else promote you? And finally, they gave me a lot of little pieces of advice. They always said to me, good things happen to those who wait. It's not going to happen today necessarily or tomorrow. Be patient, work hard, play by the rules. Good things happen to those who wait. I think all of us up on the stage can testify. Good things happen to all of us who wait. And one final note. My dad always said to me when we would go on a trip, he would always say, good to go, good to come home. When you guys go, and then you come back to East Chicago, good to come home. Reggie, is it good to go?
It's good to go.
Is it good to come home?
It's great to come back.
I think I believe you.
I believe in that too.
Good
I'm here.
to go,
We're
good to come
here
home.
today.
Yeah.
Thank you. We came back.
All right. Did we answer your question?
I have one.
Oh, we got another question.
That's the last one, yeah.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Alexis Jonikin, and I'm glad to represent the class of 2012. And before I ask you a question, Mr. Blitzer, Kel, my classmate Nora, wants you to say the Good Burger line.
Oh, the Good Burger line? Oh.
Yes.
Welcome to Good Burger, home to Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Okay. All right. Right. All right. Well, I have two questions. My first question is for you, Mr. Blitzer. What advice would you give to new voters, for those of us who are just turning 18?
What advice would I give what?
To new voters?
To new voters.
Yes.
Vote. If you're turning 18, take advantage. You know, there are people in other countries. China, for example. I was in North Korea almost a year ago, spent 6 days in Pyongyang. You know, we are blessed. We have a democracy. We can vote in this country. We can make a difference. Go ahead and vote. So my advice to all the new voters, the 18-year-olds, young people, unfortunately, don't vote in the same percentage as older people vote. You know, the seniors, they vote, 90% of them vote. Young people, unfortunately, they don't want to spend an hour waiting in line or whatever, so they don't vote. Take advantage of this moment. Vote. Express your opinion through the ballot box. That's my advice.
And my last question is for Carlos Knight. How exactly did you get into acting? Many people in this room are full of, you know, theatrical talent and singing, just different performing ability. So how exactly did you get your start? Did your mom hire an agent for you, or how exactly did you do it?
Well, the first thing I did was find an agent, because that's who ultimately goes and helps you get work. I went to this talent convention called Pro Scout, and they kind of gave me acting classes and put me in a situation where I could audition in front of all these agents and managers. But not everybody should go that route, because I actually had to pay to do that. I think the best thing you can do is put yourself out there to get you know, your business card and to pass it out and let people know who you are. And don't ever stop trying to get better. When I moved out to LA, I was like, man, I'm so awesome. I'm about to be on TV. I'm about to blow up. I'm about to be famous, about to have $1 million, go get a yacht. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to stop right there. But I was, you know, I thought I was just going to be it. I thought I was, you know, the next thing. And I was like, I don't need to take an acting class. I don't need to go, you know, try to get better at what I'm doing because I'm already awesome. And I was, but I didn't really start working until I started taking it seriously and I started trying to get better. And there are people that have done this before me that had good advice to tell me. And so I think it's always good to listen to people that came before you and take those classes and take it really seriously, because what sets you apart is how hard you work at it. You know what I mean? There could be a bunch of talented people, and there could be one person that put the time and the work in, and that's going to be the person that gets the job. So you have to outwork everybody. So you take it really seriously, take acting classes, and put yourself out there. I think that's the best advice I can give you, because with the internet nowadays, you can blow up in a second. So take it very seriously and have a good image of yourself all the time. You know, guys, don't take your shirt off and be flexing on Facebook, because ultimately, you know, people see that, and that's part of your image. You got to maintain a clean image, you know what I mean, in everything that you do. And, you know, that's the best advice I can give.
Thank you, and I want to thank all of you guys for coming out here tonight.
Thank you. And it was good advice. By the way, it doesn't hurt to have some talent, too. And these people up on the stage, they have talent. But you know what? A lot of people have talent, but they don't take advantage of that talent. They've taken advantage of their talent. Didn't come easy. They worked hard. They struggled. Practice, practice, practice. So if you find that you have a talent in one area and you're passionate about it, take advantage of it and just do it. Right, Reggie?
That's right. That's right, Will. Take advantage of it.
He had talent.
I have talent.
In the world of business. He took that talent and traveled all over the world, and then he came back to here to East Chicago and made us all proud.
I had the talent of the gift of gab, the gift of PR guy. So yes, you're right. You have to find your own niche, your own skills. I'm a good talker, as people know, and I'm good at networking and getting close to people like you and having relationships. It took me around the world. Here we are today.
Yep.
Thank you.
Let's give Reggie a big round of applause. Let's give everybody up here a big round of applause. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce your mayor, the mayor of East Chicago, Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mayor Copeland. Anthony Copeland, come on up here. Wow. Mayor.
Hey, man.
Mayor, thanks so much.
Can you hear me? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I was first approached with this event was coming, and I looked across the lineup, and I was just one name after another one. It just kept getting bigger, 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 and there were some names on there I didn't know. But Steve Segura, who's over our multimedia, he said, man, this is big. This is big. He just kept saying, this is big. And it just shows you the gap between one generation to the other. But as I heard them speak and I heard you react, then I knew there was a connection. And everything they have said rings true. You are in control of your destiny. It's how you look upon yourself. To begin the journey, you must have some worth, and that worth you must give yourself. So you must love yourself before you can even begin to love anyone else. You set your values. And I look in the audience and I see his parents. I see his parents. They say the apple don't fall far from the tree. So if you knew the parents, then you would know how he would end up being. And it's just so true. I was reading in the paper, it said that in China is 1.3 billion people. Now, how do you go from, when he left here, we was a city of 32,000. We're a city now of 29,600. But how do you leave from a city of then 32,000 and end up being in a place where there's 1.2 billion people? You do not set your limitations. You set your destination, you move on. Will you fall? Yeah, but you get just like them weebles. They wobble, but they get right back up. You have to do the same thing. And that's what I see. The continuity across all of them speaking is what I heard them say is that they tried. When I used to teach martial arts, and my teacher taught me, my sensei taught me, he told me that the harder you practice, the luckier you'll get. You see what I'm saying? So the harder you practice, the luckier you'll get. Yeah, right. The harder you practice, the better you'll be. And you shouldn't measure yourself against others. Measure yourself across your standards, what you set for yourself, and you'll see that those standards will never be low. But again, I'm here. They say you're 1 or 2 people away from meeting everyone. Who would have ever thought in my wildest dreams I would be 1 or 2 people, Don and Joyce, away from meeting Wolf, away from meeting Reggie, and away from meeting all of these people. It's just about having a positive energy, a positive flow from yourself. That what is emitted from you will bounce back and come back to you. So without any further delay, Reggie, I'm just humbled. I grew up at 3529 Guthrie Street, and no one could ever told me that would take me right here to be your mayor. So never lower your standards. But right here we have the key to this city. But really, you know what this key opens up? We have the key to our city right here that we're going to present to Reggie. But it isn't really the key to the city, it's the key to our heart. Reggie, whenever you come home, you will see an overflow of love coming from all 29,600 of us, because we just say, welcome home, brother. Welcome home. So, Wolf. You get on this end of it, I get in the middle.
One more.
Yeah, I'm at that point.
So once again, thank you very much, Reggie. This is my pleasure. Thank you, brother.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Congratulations, Reggie.
Thank you.
Let's give it up for the mayor and for Reggie one more time. You want to say a few words before we wrap this thing up?
You know, first of all, please, I would like to thank the people that helped me put this together. Randy Artis, Clifton Rose, Coach Moreau, Coach Peterson, Brian Harris, Stacy. Thank you. Please give them a hand. Without them, without a team, I cannot make this happen. I'm going to make it quick. Please give a hand to, these is all great people. I mean that I'm like the mayor. You know what? The mayor, you didn't know I lived on Guthrie Street too.
What can I say? That great street.
Am I right? Okay. But coming from G Street, Guthrie Street, I never thought I'd be on the stage with B.J. Armstrong and Mr. Wolf Blitzer live from the Situation Room, CNN. All right. And thank you again to all my friends, Carl Samuels, everyone I missed. I'm sorry, y'all all a big part of this. Thank you. Again, Kels, everybody. Ninja, my man, coming up. I'm a fan of yours. I'm going to support you. Bridget, Ski, thank you. Mayor, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve, thank you.
All right, students, how did you like that?
I sit here, you sit here.
You think we can handle some more of this coming to East Chicago Central High School? All right, I didn't hear you, 2012. Do you want to see some more of this? 2015, would you like to see some more of this? 2013. All right, 2014, do you want to see some more of this? I thought so. Once again, truly, thank you all for coming to our high school today. It means a great deal. Students, real quickly, if we can get your attention, students. This is what you get when we see that attitude, academics, and our attendance coming together. You get this type of event. And like I said, and like you just said, we want to see this more often. So as long as we continue with this, and we bring our other classmates along, so that we can have the gym instead of the auditorium the next time we bring guests along, that's what we need to focus on. Also, once again, I want to thank our guests today, Mr. and Mrs. Martin. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Also, Mr. Artist, he was the person a month ago, him and Coach Peterson, that just showed up and said, we got something that's going to be important for your students. And little did I know until I looked up and asked around who Reggie Martin was. And as we're sitting here talking about global competition, what are other students doing not only in the region, Northwest Indiana, but around the world? This was a prime example of a person from East Chicago, someone who graduated from this school, as he said, set out there where you are right now, who's making a difference on a world level. And that's something that we want you all to be able to do. And we've already started that last year. You guys put it together, and we knew that the state was trying to take us over. Thankfully, with your help, we didn't have that happen. So let's keep it going. So once again, someone who's not in this auditorium this morning, one of you pick that person, so the next time we have this at the end of the next quarter or something like this event, we have twice as many people in here. So with that being said, and before we dismiss, I just want to let the freshmen know that our students, the freshmen will be dismissed first. Everyone else on this side of the street, 10 through 12, this building or this side of the campus, we're going to hold you in here. But before we do that, I want to bring out Soup, the Roadrunner.
What's up, PC? I'm here representing Reggie Martin, Inspiration. New CD just came out, Where in the World is Soup, hosted by DJ Ski, featuring Reggie Martin, featuring Ice-T, featuring Jada Kids, featuring Rick Ross. But I'm finna do the song for the video. Y'all need to get hype for the video. Let's go. Yeah. Reggie Martin style. That's your man right here, man. Yeah. Play some.
Thank you for coming out, bro. We're Chicago, baby.
Superstars out there, man. For real. BJ.
Yeah, I was on country too, man. Yeah.
All right, y'all got the music?
Yep.
Ready?
Yeah. What's up, EC? Where my dudes at? What Cal? Where West Cal at? Yeah. Where the home at? My bad. My bad. It's all Indiana.
Southside.
Where? Where's Southside at?
Southside.
Nikki, you gotta get them. Nikki, you gotta get them for the video.
Yeah, somebody needs bebop.
There we go.
Right. They gotta cue that.
About to start freestyling.
Freestyle.
They want to see you free flow.
Every. Beatbox
Ski gonna have to cue me up. Let's go, Ski. Cue me up, Ski. Hey, make sure y'all get that joint off iTunes or go to the Trap or go to Bryce Jewelers. It's hot. They got everybody on now.
What's it about?
Hey, Sue.
Man.
You know no profanity, man. Y'all know, I know. I'm just saying, you're going to freestyle, yeah.
Alright, let's go then. Reggie Martin style, Reggie Martin style, Reggie Martin style. Look, Reggie came from the grimy streets of EC, with the senators and chairmen and VIP. From Beyonce to Chris B, LeBron, then you rooted D-O-double-G. Snoop, on board of the car vision. True, no Reggie get that guard vision. GM, Playboy Mansion all the way in China. I mean, for real, Reggie Martin is a real grinder. Powerful black man, I mean it hard to find him. Yeah, he said I'ma sign him. Internationally known, he put on Velvet in the summer. Yeah, Reggie Martin style, Reggie Martin style, Reggie Martin style. You mean? Hey, with a real beat, with a real song. Hey, hey, Reggie Martin style. Ski, put the real beat on, Ski. Alright, they just want me to do anything. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, hey. There go. Tall, dark, and handsome. Gritty with their handgun. Chillin' had no business on my Samsung. Damn, son, I'm busy 16, other 7 for the fam. Other thinking while I'm plotting while I'm 4 grams. Reggie Martin style. That's all I'm gonna do, cause I'm here for Reggie Martin, not myself. So give it up for Reggie Martin. And DJ Ski.
All right, all right. With that being said, the press conference, if you're here going to stay for the press conference is going to take place here in about 10 more minutes. So with that being said, once again, thank you students for being a great audience. And we're going to start with the freshmen. Go ahead, Mr. Knotts, Mr. Novak.